you guys and welcome to my channel. I'm so excited to have you here. So in today's video, we're doing the infamous MLM Horror Stories. It isn't anything new on this channel. So today I'll be reading MLM Horror Stories that you guys sent to me. If you have your own MLM Horror Story, I have my email down below that you can send it to. Do not send it to me in DMs. I've been having a couple people do that, but when you send it to me in DMs, they get lost in DMs. So make sure to send them to me in an email. Grab your coffee, grab your tea, and let's get into today's video. So the first one says, Arbonne distributor uses my mom's death to guilt me into joining her downline. Even though this happened a year ago, it still bothers me a lot thinking about it. My mom dying was very traumatic as I was flying home to be with her when she passed, and I missed being able to see her and say goodbye one more time. Anything regarding my mom is very hard for me emotionally, and this interaction triggered a lot of anger that my grief and trauma was being used to manipulate me, that my pain was seen as an opportunity for her to make money from me. This woman sent me a friend request right after my mom had passed. At that time, I thought it was because she was my mom's friend, but the message she sent to me made me think that she had a plan to pitch me all along. My mom was a very, very kind soul who got sucked into Arbonne from 2008 to 2011. She ended up losing money because she bought products for herself and for my sister and I, and paid the monthly fees, but couldn't bring herself to do the necessary cold messaging and pressuring / bothering people to join her team. Her heart was too kind and caring, so she didn't do very well at climbing the company ladder. My mom definitely joined because she was trying to support her friends and believe the quote-unquote sisterhood aspect of Arbonne, as she loved connecting with people and making new friends. She honestly was just way too nice of a person to be successful in an MLM. If you knew her, you know this is not an exaggeration. My lovely mother passed away November 2019, and her birthday was January 5th. January 5th, 2020 was her very first birthday of my entire life without her, and it was very hard and an emotional day for me. After she passed, my brain had a difficult time accepting that she was gone, and her birthday was the first day that it really hit me that she was actually gone, because I couldn't text or call her to wish her a happy birthday. Oh, what a nice surprise. Sarcasm. That an Arbonne hun would use that as a means to try and get me to join her downline and message me on a day where I was having a day full of trauma and breakdowns to tell me that my mom would want me to join Arbonne. She went as far as to make up an entire dream saying that my mom told her she needed to message me about Arbonne and needed to act on it. She then pretended that she had no idea that it was my mom's birthday when I coincidentally posted about it less than an hour before she messaged me. When I explained that I do not support MLM, she said it's because there isn't enough education about MLMs, that they are teaching it at Harvard. I found proof that it was not being taught at Harvard, but was covered in a section of one of the business courses and wasn't being discussed at Harvard for good reasons, but about how bad they are. I further explained why I do not support MLMs, and because she couldn't fight against my points, she gave up. You can tell in the messages that she knows what she's doing several times, but she keeps going. What is wrong with people? I am sharing this not to shame her, but to provide an example of how to communicate with people like this and how to avoid being manipulated. Bringing up a deceased person, especially on a day that would be understandably hard as part of a business ploy, is not okay. Using manipulation to get someone to join your MLM is not okay. Attached are the screenshots for you to add into the video. So now we're going to go over the screenshots that she sent me. So the first screenshot is actually her post she made that she talked about, saying, "Happy birthday, mama, I'm missing you today. We love you." And it clearly had like photos of her mom. And then there were comments, like someone said, "Thinking of everyone today." Another one said, "Missing her," all of that good stuff. And then she gets a message from the hun. The hun says, "Hi, how are you? Hey, I'm not sure if you remember me, LOL. I was friends with your beautiful mom." Okay, this is going to sound so weird and random, and I hope that I don't step over. Okay, so I'm laying in bed right now, actually having an afternoon sleep, and out of nowhere, I swear I wasn't thinking this and I have to follow through. Okay, so I'm laying there, I think I was sleeping, and I opened my messages in the sleep, and your mom said message. I don't understand what that means, but it goes, "Okay, I know, damn weird." Then Arbonne jumped in there. "Would you be willing to have a coffee with me and look into the business side? I hope that you're not offended, but I feel I have to act on this. Hope to hear from you." And then she messaged her again and said, "Oh my God, her birthday's today. Holy crap, that's totally weird because I opened my Facebook and seen your post. It's no coincidence that she messaged me. I feel OMG, I still can see her smiling." Oh, that's so annoying. So as we can see, she screenshotted the date and the time that the MLM rep messaged her, January 5th at 3:10, when the post was made January 5th at 2:30. So the post was made a whole 30 plus minutes before the chick had actually messaged her, which is the proof that she's talking about, that the chick had probably seen her post. It goes, "Hi blank, thank you for sending those pictures of my mom. They were really lovely. I'm doing all right, thank you for asking. Yesterday was a difficult day for me, but that it was her first birthday of my entire life without her, which is also part of why this message rubbed me the wrong way. I posted the tribute birthday message for my mom at 2:30 and you coincidentally messaged me at 3 o'clock using my mom as a means to try and sell me on Arbonne and then pretending that you didn't see my post before you sent that. While I believe you had good intentions, I don't agree with bringing up someone who passed away as a ploy for business. I see this a lot with different MLMs, and who tried to sell me on a business on a notably really hard emotional day for myself wasn't very tactful in my opinion. While I do like the Arbonne products that my mom introduced me to or bought for me, I don't support MLMs or how they operate. I'm happy you found friendship with my mom while she was here, and I thank you for your kind sentiments." That was a really nice post, or a really nice response back. Way nicer than I would have been. So the MLM rep responds and says, "I'm so sorry if you felt that way. I honestly did not see that post regardless of the time you said you posted. I didn't go on Facebook when I sent it. I went straight to Facebook Messenger. I felt horrible after when I seen your post. You may have reacted that way. I don't blame you for feeling that way. I was laying in bed sleeping when this all came about and started reaching out to you. Again, this was not my intention as a ploy to get you involved. I understand it does look bad, but I wholeheartedly did not see your post until I went on Facebook. Sorry you don't support MLMs or how they operate. It's mostly because the education isn't there and they're teaching it at Harvard. And again, you thought I was using her passing as a ploy. I would never do that. It was bad timing on my part after seeing your Facebook post after the fact. If I would have seen your post, I would not have reached out." So then my girl, I'm gonna just call her my girl, I haven't said that in a while, but my girl responds to her and actually messages her with the apnews.com, where it's essentially showed that it was not being taught at Harvard, like multi-level marketing was not being taught there. So my girl goes, "Unfortunately, I just don't think it's okay or polite, whether it was a real experience for you or not, to bring up a deceased person when trying to talk about a business at any point in time. You could have come to me like the hundreds of messages I get on various social media platforms, stating that you think I have a strong network or could be really good at what you do. I don't support MLMs because there is a lot of education now that there wasn't available before. There is a difference between an MLM and a pyramid scheme, but the difference isn't big enough for it to not be concerning or something I would allow myself to put my energy to. The whole car thing that gets people excited is only until they realize they have to continue making sales worth the same or more than the monthly expensive on the expensive car, or else you're stuck paying the car payments by yourself out of your own pocket because you make, so she essentially explains to her the percentage that you lose and ends it with saying, "And as much as I enjoyed the products that my mom has shown or given to me over the years, I wouldn't support it on my own moral standards." And then it looks as if the MLM rep didn't message her back. Yikes. I have had some bad MLM horror stories, but that's really bad. I don't know if I 100% believe her when she says that she messaged you but didn't see your post, but could have totally happened. But at the same time, she did try and use your mom dying essentially to attempt to recruit, which is really messed up, really wrong in every aspect. And I don't understand why anyone would do that or feel like that's okay. Like, now's the time for me to recruit because like her mom would want me to ask her. No, she wouldn't. Thank you very much. She tried to also do it on a day that it was the mom's birthday. And I think that the girl pointed it out really great, essentially saying, "Hey, you did it on a day that was really emotionally hard for me." And days like that are days where people really drag people into MLMs. Like when you're going through a hard time, when you're struggling, when someone passes away, or maybe you lost your job or you're not happy where you're working or whatever, that's really the times where you see recruits recruiting, or everything with COVID that happened, you see people recruiting because of that and using that as a way to try and like get into your DMs, which is really disgusting and wrong. So thank you for sharing that. I know it probably like wasn't easy to talk about that, so I really appreciate it. And I hope you're doing okay. It's been, wow, a full year since her birthday. So you had her second birthday and everything like that. So I hope you're doing okay. Comment down below if you feel comfortable. You didn't tell me if I could say your name or not, but if you feel comfortable, comment down below and let us know how you're you're doing. Next one starts off by saying, hey Deanna, first off, I just wanted to say that I love your channel and always look forward to your videos. I know you probably receive a lot of these, but I wanted to share my MLM story with you. If you decide to use it for a video, keep me anonymous. My story is about how I almost joined Primerica and the importance of people like you spreading awareness of the predatory businesses. I'm sorry this is long. My story is about how I almost joined Primerica. Before I started my current real job, I worked part-time as a cashier at a major retailer. Even though I was part-time, my position included benefits and perks, and there were constant, completely free employee appreciation events for us. All around, it was a great job, but I was always keeping an eye out for a better opportunity that was full-time. Plus, horrible customers had started getting to me. I was working one day and I cashed out this really sweet and super friendly girl, let's call her Christina. Christina initiated a conversation with me and she commented how I had such a great work ethic and seemed very personable. She asked me if I liked working here and if I was in the market for a new job. I told her I'm always up for the next challenge, and that's when she mentioned that her company was hiring driven individuals and she thought I would be a great fit. She quickly scribbled down her name and number and told me to give her a call if I was interested. At no point did she mention what the company was actually called. Intrigued, I decided to give her a call a few days later to find out more information. It was then that Christina explained the company was Primerica and that it was a wonderful opportunity that sells affordable insurance plans, that I would be a great fit because I'm so warm and friendly and I would be helping so many people. She also played up that I could make so much more money than my current job, and I decided then and there to set an interview with her for a few days later. She was so friendly and it felt awesome seeing that others were able to see my potential. Between that day and the day of the interview, I was at a family event and I excitedly told my cousin about the interview and how I may finally have a full-time job. Right away, he told me that Primerica was essentially a pyramid scheme and encouraged me to research the company and call off the interview. He had mentioned a buddy of his that got tangled up in it and lost a lot of money. My cousin and I have a good relationship, and while I was puzzled at first why he wouldn't be happy for me, I knew there had to be a reason why. He's not the type of person to just not support you for no reason. I decided to do the research, and wow, the terrible things I was reading about their business practices shocked me. I called Christina the next day to thank her for the opportunity and mentioned that I would like to cancel my interview. She immediately responded with, okay, thanks, and hung up on me. So much for her friendliness that she portrayed to me during our last two interactions. I was completely caught off guard by her lack of professionalism and her abrupt response. It was very clear to me at this point that I was a number to her, not a person. Anyway, to this day, I'm so thankful that my cousin encouraged me to do research and warned me about Primerica before leaving my actual job with actual pay and actual benefits. It's because of him and people like you that I was spared a financial loss with such a predatory company, and I learned how slimy MLM tactics are and how to recognize them. This knowledge came in handy when I recently received a hey hun message from an acquaintance who tried to recruit me into Arbonne, haha. It's great to see awareness of the subject being shared. Thank you for all you do. I am so happy to get like a Primerica MLM horror story, because when I did the video, the MLM tiers, which going back, I would definitely change where I put Amway, Unique, and doTERRA, but we'll talk about that at a later time. I actually though went over Primerica and people were like, that's an MLM? So it's kind of crazy to me that a lot of people didn't know Primerica was an MLM, but I've never done a dedicated video. So, you know, people don't watch all of my videos, so they probably didn't see it, but I'm really glad, like you said, that this person did not leave her actual job with actual benefits. But a sentence that I want to point out is where she said, someone finally seen the potential in me. And that sentence right there makes me feel as if maybe she was really struggling, like say finding a new job, finding a better opportunity than the one she was in, or maybe the job she was in, and I'm not saying this is true, but like maybe the job she was in wasn't treating her to the best of their ability, like they weren't treating her the best. So finally someone shows that they care, right? Quote unquote care, and are showing that they have this opportunity for her, and it made her feel as if someone seen the potential in her. And I feel like a lot of MLMs do that. Like they really try and show you that they, you know, believe in you and that they are going to show you the way and everything like that, and you may end up losing a lot of money in the long run. Next story, it says, hey, oh my god, a lot of these are about Arbonne, but hey, oh well. It says, hey, I absolutely love your videos and want to share my story. My ex-BFF got sucked into Arbonne. She was the ideal candidate for it. She was pretty, thin, a good amount of followers, and most importantly, very self-conscious. When she first told me about it, the very first thing she said was, oh, but it's not a pyramid scheme. But I had already heard of it and knew that it was. Anyways, I decided that if that's what makes her happy, I won't bash what she's doing, but I wasn't going to support her business by purchasing anything because I don't agree with MLMs. She tried a few times to get me to join her team, and I politely declined each time. So she ended up sending me some samples to try to convince me. She sent me eyeshadow, eye cream, and a face moisturizer. I tried the eye cream and face moisturizer in not even a week, and I had red bumps all over my eyes and face. They weren't acne bumps, but more of a chemical reaction. I mentioned this to her, and she said, so weird. That happened to her boyfriend too. I stopped using it, and it took several weeks for the bumps to go away, especially on my eyes. I wish I had saved the pictures I had taken of them. Her next tactic was to tell me how great the community was and how close she was getting to the girls on the team that she joined, all while in the same breath talking down on every single one of them. MLMs always preach community and positivity, but they are truly the exact opposite. I ended up removing myself from our friendship because of the toxic type of person she had become. She became very nasty to people who didn't support and believe in Arbonne and started to prey on the very self-conscious people we had gone to school with. The final straw of our friendship was when my husband and I came home to tell friends and family we were pregnant. Congrats! We had planned to meet up for breakfast while I was there, and that's when I was going to tell her. She had caused a lot of drama amongst my husband's friend group, so we decided to keep them separate to avoid drama during this happy time. She found out we were seeing them first and invited herself out with us. Right before she was supposed to come, she said she was bringing an Arbonne friend. Oh no. Oh, I can see where this is going. I politely asked her to come just herself, and she sent the longest, nastiest text to me about how horrible I and my husband are and all of our friends are, etc. So I just sent her a picture of our pregnancy announcement and said I just wanted one-on-one time to tell you I'm pregnant. She immediately sent a long text back taking everything back she said, but I was very done with our relationship at this point. She continued to send me texts for the days following and tried to use the anniversary of my dad passing away to get me to forgive her, which was the lowest blow of all. I told her I needed to separate myself and focus on my family, and we haven't talked since. She ended up deleting me, my husband, my family, and all of friends off of social media and had all of her friends and family block me on social media. Arbonne turned her into a very toxic person, and it's one of the big reasons our friendship ended. Thank you for shedding the light on the truth of MLMs. More people need to be aware of the toxic nature of these companies and the truth behind their tactics. That stinks, because I hear, and I do talk about this a lot, I'll say, oh, you know, there are toxic people in every environment, but to know and to see so many stories of amazing people, right? People before they join their MLM, how amazing they are, and then the second they join their MLM, they turn toxic, disgusting, and nasty. Like, that just goes to show a lot of the things that happen in these MLMs. Like, I've never really thought of it that way, because I do know that sometimes I will say in my videos, like, hey, there are toxic people in every community, which there is in every community, in every job, in every county, in every state. Like, there are just crappy people, okay? You're always gonna have crappy people, and you can't help that. Like, not everyone's going to be sunshine and rainbows, but you just see over and over when I read a lot of these stories, like how amazing friends are, and then they join an MLM and they turn super toxic, disgusting, they're rude, they're mean. It just goes to show how and what these MLMs can do to people, which really sucks. I'm so sorry, you lost your friendship. If anyone has lost a friend due to an MLM, comment down below and support her, because I know that could be easy for anybody. And those are usually like the stories I hate the most, is just seeing how much friendships are lost and how much family relationships are lost, and seeing literal people's marriages being broken apart because of these MLMs. It's truly disgusting and sad. So the next story is from Mr. Diego. Okay, he said I can use his name. So it says, hi Deanna, first off, my name is Diego and I love your channel so much. My run-in with the Huns happened on a weekend in June. My fiance, now husband, was at work and an old friend reached out to me. Now, it didn't seem super strange to me that she would reach out, as I've known her since 2009, and she was actually responsible for getting me my first job a century ago when I was like 17. She told me how much she liked my YouTube channel. And what's your YouTube channel? Let me just pause there. What is your YouTube channel, sir? I need to know. So it says she liked my YouTube channel and my social media postings and said that I'd be a total rock star if I joined her team. I ignored the comment and she asked for a life update. I filled her in on everything, my happy engagement, my new life back in my hometown, school and work, which incidentally is with a company found only in my home state. She said, oh man, and if y'all move, question mark? I said, I'll figure it out. I'm graduating in December and hopefully my degree will open some doors. I'm not worried. She responds, well, that's fantastic, but super quick. Let me tell you about what I've been doing. She goes on to say, Arbonne, why? I don't pick these, like I pick these stories at random, and this is another Arbonne one, guys. This is like an Arbonne MLM horror story day. So she goes on to say Arbonne has completely changed her life. It has forged lifelong friendships, replaced her income she was bringing in as an environmental engineer, completely healed her autoimmune disease, disease, etc. Sheesh. What can't Arbonne do? I was very polite in declining her offer, but she kept reaching out to me week after week after week. I thought one week that she had finally taken a hit. I thought she'd let it go and leave me alone. On August 8, 2020, editing Deanna here. Why the heck did I just say 2020? I meant 2020. 2020 just don't sound right. Let's get back into the video. I got married to my husband. Our trip went beautifully and we landed back home on August 10th. On August 11th, I had an audio messenger from her stating, "Congratulations on your wedding. I decided I want to gift you and your new hubby the gift of health as a way to kick off your lives together. You know where this is going. I want to send you an Arbonne 30 Days to Healthy Living kit for free." I was dismissive, but my husband was smart about it. He said, "Honey, you love to run and exercise. Take the kit. It's 2 huge bags of protein powder and a bunch of little energy thingies for free. Then we cut it and run." I love the way he thinks. So I accepted and she signed me up. Yes, she created a consultant profile because I stupidly gave her my name and birthday. Anyways, I wound up giving the protein powders away because the smoothies are gritty and tasted like ASS. Booty. The greens balance tasted like fish food and I couldn't stomach it, so went in the garbage. The body cleanse came in a beat up box, so I didn't chance it. All I wound up keeping was the fiber and the fizz. Meh, not bad at all. I'm happy that I was able to avoid paying for the stupid kit because the products were garbage. Now I'm just terrified for the 30 days to be up because I imagine her persistence will resume. Keep up the fab work. Oh, hell no. So you would think like time after time, people would get the hint. People would get that we don't care. Like, we don't want to join your MLM if week after week or month after month people are saying no. But I feel like so many people in MLMs are taught to continue to go back. And even for me, it took me 4 times in 4 months. Like my upline had messaged me for 4 months, once a month. And it took me 4 months to finally be like, yeah, I'll join. And look at me now. I lost over $5,000 from it. So I just don't get why people don't grasp that. But I agree with his husband. Like, take this stuff and go, honey. Like, that's what I would do. I would be like, oh, you want to send it to me for free? Cool, but the whole like making the consultant account is kind of shady. Like if he didn't know that she was doing it, like if I were him, and it sucks because this was actually sent to me in 2020, but if I were him, I would definitely have like called Arbonne and tried to see what I could do to like get myself off of it, because that's like false. Like I feel like that's should be illegal. Like, can you sign people up for like consultant accounts and stuff? I know for some MLMs like Beachbody, you definitely need your social security number. So I feel like that's kind of illegal. Like if you sign someone up with a social security number and you know their social, that's like claiming someone's identity. I'm not about it, okay? Because you even have to sign the online document. So I wonder if I go through Arbonne, would it be the same? I can totally check and let you guys know in the pinned comment. I'll go through like Arbonne's, you know, startup or whatever, and I'll try and sign up, but I'm not actually going to. I'll sign up and see like what it says, because maybe you don't need the social, which would be weird because you have to like claim it for taxes. Okay, you guys, so I actually decided to go through the whole process to sign up as a consultant. So here you just click start earning, you put the country you live in, and then the next slide you're actually going to see your welcome kit, you know, your discount you now get. You get an opportunity to like update or upgrade your kit. Then you just click proceed checkout, and then here's where you have to put in all your information. So clearly I put in my email and then I click continue, but this is where it gets shady. If this person signed them up as a distributor, you have to put in your social, like your name, password, and social security number. So that is very, very shady that you have to put in your social, and they signed that person up with a consultant account. So this makes me wonder, and hopefully Mr. Diego will see this video and be able to comment down below, but it makes me question, did the Arbonne rep sign Mr. Diego up as a consultant or just gave them like a normal account as like a customer? Because if not, because then she would know his social. Even more shady. Hell no. Hell no, sir. Go get that stuff fixed. Like, no, I hope that you canceled it. If you're still watching my videos, please comment down below if you got that stuff canceled. So that is going to be all for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Comment down below which story you felt was, you know, the worst, the best, the one that you resonate with. Is there one that you have had the same exact experience? Like, oh my God, it's like you read my story because I relate so much to that person's story. I would love to know. And I just love chatting with you guys in the comments. And then don't forget to like the video if you liked it and subscribe if you haven't already. I upload upload every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Monday and Friday, I do content on MLMs. I educate about them. I inform about them. I talk about them. I do MLM horror stories where I talk about people's experiences and read their stories. And then I talk about scams every now and again, like other scams that are going around. And then on Wednesdays, I upload lifestyle content like vlogs and things like that, the fun stuff, you know? And I'll see you guys in the next video.